How's it going, guys? I'm Connor from Running Warehouse. Today, I'm here with the Believe in the Run team. This is the collab that everyone's been asking for, and both Running Warehouse and Believe in the Run, we are on the forefront of new shoes, latest technology, and I heard Adidas has something a little special for us here today.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
3 stripes, impossible is nothing. Is there anything else I'm leaving out? I think those are the main ones. I don't want you to mess it up.
I think so.
You nailed it. No, you
Yeah.
nailed it.
All right. So Connor, thanks for coming and being with us today. I'm glad that we could accommodate you and have you on the Believe in the Run show.
It's the most hyped thing in the world, apparently.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward.
We are also on the forefront
Yeah.
of shoes.
If you actually see those comments, can you forward them to us? Because I've never seen anyone hype for us. So yeah, let's.
Well, one thing I'm really hyped for right now is Adidas, and
All
I think we got to do it. We got to go all in. Patrick, show us the shoe.
Come on, Patrick.
Let's see the shoe. There it is.
My eyes.
Here it is, guys.
Hold on.
I can't tell if Connor's surprised or that's his face all the time. But Connor, close the eyes a little bit.
Yeah,
Now
you're good.
look.
Oh, dude.
Do you know what the first thing I noticed about this is? The color. But it's super light. Feel
All
that.
right, what do we got here, Patrick?
So we got the Adios Pro 4, a long time in the making. And now we got it because we got some inspiration from, let's say, its older brother, the EVO.
I mean, this is a shoe that we've worn for, believe it or not, we wore this for the Boston Marathon. We really, the Pro 3, we really fell in love with that shoe over the last year. It kind of just kept getting, I feel like, better and better for us.
Yeah.
And to say we've been excited to see the 4 would be an understatement. I mean, I think, and it, maybe talk to us a little bit about what it took from the EVO one, because we see some things that it looks like it took from there.
Yeah, and you mentioned something that was our starting point, was the Pro 3. And the Pro 3 was hard to beat. It took us a while. It actually took us to create the EVO to get to the 4. So I brought an EVO here, just so for some comparison, it might make it easier. You guys are familiar with it. So.
You know, it's maybe just the lightest, most innovative shoe on the market right now. No big deal.
Thank you. So you're familiar with most of the ingredients that went into this. Let me just summarize them again.
Cool.
So the first thing that was different from the Pro 3 was the foam. Right, what we call this the Light Strike Pro EVO. Chemically speaking, it's the same compound, but of course it was milled differently, right? That allowed to maintain the lightness, right? Because we didn't have to compress the foam. So if you take the Pro 4, if you look at the foam that is painted in yellow and in white, that is exactly the same foam. So we took this first cue from the EVO, brought it into the 4.
Well, I mean, the EVO and using that foam was a more expensive way to produce the shoe. Is this price going to be jumping up on the 4?
Absolutely not.
Really?
We're staying at $250.
Robbie, did you notice the upper? Like, I felt like the Pro 3, the upper's a little, I don't know, stiff feeling now that it's got more.
Yeah, I'd say that was like one of the only downsides to the Pro 3 for me was I felt like the upper could use a little more flexibility in it. It seems like that has that in this shoe.
Yeah. So we did a couple of changes here. First of all, we used, as you mentioned, a completely different, much more breathable, much softer mesh, which is called Microfit. We did a lot of pattern work on the shape of the last to add a little bit more comfort. As an additional cue that you see from the EVO, we felt also the way our lacing worked, or the eyelets, were also a little bit rigid, and so that's why we went basically the same construction of the eyelets that you have on the EVO, we translated to the Pro 4.
And you guys always are very strategic with the cutouts. And I'm seeing some new cutouts, some new geometry shapes. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you look at the bottom, basically a couple of things. First of all, we don't use liquid rubber here. We use a combination of cast polyurethane, that is this rubber, which is much, much lighter than Conti, while maintaining an equally, almost as good grip, while we left a piece of Conti on the toe for the toe off in the end, right? So that's one. And then you alluded to geometries, right? One other piece of inspiration that we had with the EVO was Formula 1 car. So we took everything away that wasn't really necessary. The same philosophy applies to the Pro 4, right? If you don't need a piece of foam somewhere in the underfoot, then we'll take it away while not impacting the pronation, natural pronation of the foot.
It feels lighter.
It is lighter. It's announced lighter than the Pro 3. We're hoping to get just under 200 grams, so under 99 is the target.
Now, obviously, the EVO is the lightest shoe on the market at a 40mm stack.
Yeah.
How do you kind of take inspiration from this shoe, and make a shoe that's maybe a little bit more available to the masses, maybe a little more democratic, maybe even a little bit more durable?
Yeah, so that's where the combination of the two foams comes in. I alluded to the drop-in of the Lightstrike Pro EVO. The rest of the chassis is Lightstrike Pro, which adds a little bit more durability. It also makes it, of course, a little bit cheaper. There was a reason why we had to price this out at $500. It's not a cheap shoe, but we want people to have access to the innovation that we bring to the market, not just a very elite level at the top end price point. The goal is also to make it more democratic, more accessible, so that all eventually can sort of experience what you might get with an EVO.
I mean, I would describe this as taking all the elements, the key philosophies of the EVO, that sleek design, that fast design, and just, you know, maybe making it a little bit more mainstream, something that every runner can use and get an advantage on race day. I mean, I'm excited for the EVO, but I'm just excited here for the Adios Pro 4.
I mean, it's good looking.
I think this is what people were hoping for too, because obviously the EVO wasn't meant to be an accessible shoe for everyone. And so everyone was hoping that the technologies in the EVO would trickle down to the other models. And I'm not sure people thought it was gonna come maybe this soon. So I think seeing it follow so quickly from the EVO to into the $250 race day shoe, people are gonna be stoked on that.
And look, I mean, nowadays, people are doing workouts in super shoes, and you've got to save this, you know. There's been talks, yeah, I mean, there's been talks of maybe it could only use it for a marathon or two. This gives you options for workout day, get those long runs in, and then some people definitely will be racing
pace,
as well.
I could probably get 5 marathons out of that.
Really?
And it would probably.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
All right, Robbie, that just leaves one thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got it.
it's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Adios Pro 4 coming soon. You'll be able to find it here at Running Warehouse.
All right, guys, I got a bonus for you.
Ooh, another blurry shoe.
Boom! Let me hand it over.
Another beautiful performance shoe. What do we
This
got
doesn't
here?
even feel that more, it's not, I'm trying to say.
English.
English is my second language. It feels almost as light as the Evo 1 here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
What do we have here?
I haven't seen
We have the Adios 9, which clearly takes also inspiration from the EVO, i.e. the Pro 4, and eventually everything that will come following that.
Now, Adios has always been known as, you know, it started out as that premier marathon racer, and then over the years, the Adios Pro kind of took over. But I think there's still room for a shoe like this that's maybe not as high and maybe not as stiff.
Exactly, that was the idea. So we listened a little bit to our consumers, and the majority of racing shoes are going to that high stack direction. But some of our consumers, we listened to them, said like, hey, we want something that's more like a flat racer. Like, we like the idea of the Takumi, but what if we even went like without all the stiffening elements? So the Adios basically follows that philosophy. It's also going to be cheaper than a Takumi. It has a full Lightstrike Pro midsole. The current one is a combination of EVA and Lightstrike Pro. This is going to be Lightstrike Pro all the way through with a little dog bone in it. So there's a tiny stiffening element in it, but not something that goes heel to toe.
Now, the last few versions of Adios, very good price points. What are we looking at
Same
here?
price point?
Same price
140,
point.
140.
Patrick, stop it. Stop
We're
it.
being generous.
Nice. And I see that it's a reformulated outsole that we're seeing here. So
Same cast polyurethane, so lighter, similar grip, but again, with the toe off, with the security and the tackiness of a Conti.
yeah, I mean, it seems like it's going back to more of that true racer, kind of just very simple. You got the Lightstrike Pro, like you said, and then just outsole, upper, boom, very lightweight. What do you know the weight for this?
I believe it's 200 something grams. I'll get back to you on that.
It's super light though.
I think that it's interesting that Lightstrike Pro foam feels a little more airy. I don't know if you're noticing that, but it's
super light.
definitely lighter than previous models.
Yeah.
And year after year, foams, you know, even if they have the same name, you guys are always tweaking and trying to make them better. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. We'll always try to get to the next level. Of course, like when it's a significant innovation, then we come with the new name, but we always try to tweak, get to the edge of performance.
I want to see if I can push the table with the continental rubber.
Do it. Can you do it? Yes.
Yes!
That's pretty. Rob, you want to go again?
It's like
Hi. 2 for 2. Connor, you want to get in the game?
I don't know if I've got the hands of Robbie.
I'm going to say it right
Robbie's
here.
skilled.
Let me see. Oh, those are soft hands. You're good.
Yeah, I'm going to say right here, and you're going to witness this, Patrick, but I think that we should play a flag football game, Running Warehouse versus Believe in the Run.
Yeah.
We'll have to
At
save
the
that.
running event.
We'll have to save that for the after hours.
Okay,
You know.
I see.
All
But okay, I think last question we talked about is being a little bit lower to the ground. Marathon shoes are getting higher. What do you see kind of target range? Do you think Meg could go a full marathon in this shoe?
So I think it's always a matter of preference, right? Like the idea is more to have it for shorter distances. So the same as at Takumi, like 10K and under, that's what we design it for. I've seen people run half marathons in at Takumi. I've seen people run a full marathon, right? Like, not what I would recommend, what it's designed for, but at the end, it's a matter of choice.
Yeah.
A lot more to come from Adidas. You heard it here first from Running Warehouse. Believe in the run. More to come here.
Right here.
Right here.
With the goat.
Not, yeah.
Not over there.
Not
right here.
Yeah, this booth in this corner.